My name is Karen Malone, and I was born in Iowa, but I was raised all over because my dad was in the military.
When I think about Karen and how she came to the truth, it touches my heart because she had no family in the truth. In fact, they didn't support her at all.
Once I knew who Jehovah was, I made it a goal in my life that I just wanted to serve him forever, and I wanted to be happy doing it.
This lady with the kick-ass drip and the coolest card I've ever seen is a Jehovah's Witness whose story got published in a magazine a long time ago. Since we already had a quasi-biblical discussion, this segment, again, doesn't really use the Bible. It's here to indoctrinate Jehovah's Witnesses by example, romanticizing stories of people who have spent their lives serving this religion to fool other Jehovah's Witnesses into doing the same.
I met Karen at Bethel. She was special pioneering in Tennessee, and I was serving at Bethel, and she came through on tour. A year later or so, we got married. And then 9 months later, we went back to Bethel.
Well, in 1980, we left Bethel. We had our daughter that year. It changed things, but you just give your energy and your love and your time into whatever assignment Jehovah gives us.
She would take the kids out with her in the field ministry during the week, and she always made it fun. That was one of the things that was important to her, that when the kids went in the field ministry, that they enjoyed it.
No, they didn't enjoy it. Nobody enjoys a door-to-door ministry, which is why they're phasing it out. Again, this is here so Jehovah's Witnesses know what's expected of them. They need to meet their partner in the religion, raise their children in the religion, and even drag their children in the door-to-door ministry to try to look for more converts for their religion. As we're about to see, the moment their children grew up and were out for themselves, they delved back into working full-time in a cult compound.
We were invited back to Bethel in 2007, and we've been there since.
I came into a beautiful department, healthcare department, with people that were experts at it. To bloom where I was planted when I was put in front of these two computer screens took a lot of prayer. And I remember literally going to the bathroom and crying and telling Jehovah, look, I know you can part the Red Sea. You're going to have to get this information from here to here, because I was a blank page. And the beautiful thing is that two precious sisters, Bonnie and Zuma, that I still treasure and work with, they helped me and they taught me. You know, the expression, if you can't change your circumstance, change your attitude. So I really made it a matter of prayer. And I had wonderful helpers that taught me and helped me to learn.
Isn't this telling? This is supposed to be encouraging, and yet she is literally admitting that the work in the cult compound was so hard and overwhelming that it brought her to tears. And yet she had to adopt a philosophy of, if you can't change your environment, change your attitude, because the cult didn't care whether or not she liked the job that they assigned her. She had to do it, and she had to learn how to smile while doing it. This is not apostate propaganda. This is literally said outright in the program.
I tell my kids each day we live as a gift from God. How we live it is our gift to Him. The truth is only hard if we fight it. If we listen to Jehovah, if we do what we're asked, the blessings will catch up with us. The best day we could have here, and we've all had wonderful days, is nothing in comparison to the first day in the new world. It's such an amazing thought to think that all we have to do is make good choices now, and we're going to be there.
And that's how Jehovah's Witnesses gaslight themselves into following this cult, because they believe that if they follow this cult, Jehovah will reward them eventually. All you need to do is what you're told, and live your days not to enjoy life, but to work for Jehovah, which means work for this cult. Happiness can wait until after you're dead.
Now, so far in our series, we've discussed how we can become more effective at our ministry in a number of different ways, such as by starting conversations, asking questions, and getting better at return visits. But these techniques only work if we actually find people to talk to. And sometimes that can be our greatest challenge. Have you ever had days like this in the ministry, when it seemed that there was just no one to talk to?
This is the experience of most Jehovah's Witnesses when they go door-to-door canvassing. Failure. Why? Well, the door-to-door canvassing model was adapted at its height in the earlier 20th century by Jehovah's Witnesses, but it has had diminishing results since then. Whereas before, it was very usual to get sellers to your door selling all kinds of products. Nowadays, Jehovah's Witnesses are pretty much the only international group still following a door-to-door canvassing model. And this British Bethelite with a buttery smooth voice is about to tell Jehovah's Witnesses how if they can't find converts using this model, that's their own fault.
If so, you'll be pleased to know that our literature is full of tips that can help us contact more people in our territory. In this episode, we will consider 3 that have proved to be very effective. Tip number 1, be observant. There may actually be more opportunities for us to contact people if we actually know where to look. Take, for example, our brothers and sisters that we were just watching. Now, it is true that there was no one at home, but does that mean there was no one to talk to? Well, let's see.
Hey,
Hi,
your dog is so cute. What's its name?
Dali.
And just like that, a conversation is underway. Now, how about our couple getting back into their car? By being observant, they too were able to give a witness.
Well, but that's not preaching door-to-door, is it? This guy with a buttery smooth voice that almost makes the Jehovah's Witness cadence almost tolerable. Like, oh my God, I could hear him all day. He's telling Jehovah's Witnesses that the door-to-door ministry is actually the anyone you see on the street ministry. If you can't find people at the doors, then you can give a pamphlet to whoever you see on the street. Now, you still have to go door to door, even if you know it's futile, but try to talk to people in a way that's actually effective too.
So what can we do to be prepared? Well, we don't have the gift of tongues like the first century Christians did at Pentecost, but we do have the gift of JW language. Now, with this app, you can learn a simple presentation in dozens of different languages.
Did this guy just equate the gift of speaking tongues with the JW language app from this cult? This is just how narcissistic the religion is, comparing the gift of the Holy Spirit to an app that doesn't even teach you languages. It just teaches you how to direct people to the jw.org website in other languages. That's it. But Jehovah's Witnesses are so narcissistic, they literally think that alone will impress someone so much that they'll want to convert into their religion. Don't believe me? Well, let's keep watching.
It really works. Let's look at an example.
Hi there, we're making brief visits on our neighbours.
No speak English. No.
Oh, Arabic?
نعم.
Oh, مرحبا.
مرحبا. مرحبا. تتكلمون اللغة العربية؟
شوية.
جيد.
أنا أتيت لأشارك معك فكرة مهمة من الكتاب
What a great way to give a witness to even more in our territory. Now, if mastering a whole presentation in another language seems a bit overwhelming, then here's a simple suggestion. Just learn a greeting. It's only a few words, but don't underestimate the power of greeting someone in their native tongue and with a warm smile. It can certainly open up doors, and it could also pave the way for you to call back with someone who does speak their language.
See? They think just by learning a few words, the person will be so impressed that they might want to convert into the religion. Except they screw up even in their own presentation, since the Jehovah's Witness lady uses male pronouns to talk to the Arab woman. And they are all speaking in a formal dialect of Arabic that's not used anywhere in your day-to-day, proving they couldn't even get it right in their own example. Mano hashilwao.
What excellent suggestions for the ministry. I look forward to using them during our upcoming regional convention campaign. Would you like to have a look at what to expect from this year's convention program?
Good news is needed now more than ever. The good news we need is not of human origin. It originates with the giver of real hope, Jehovah God. And it centers on His Son, Jesus Christ. What is this good news? Can we trust it? And can it help people right now? This year's Declare the Good News Convention of Jehovah's Witnesses will bolster confidence in God and His Son. The good news of God's kingdom will help you to cope with life now and prepare you for eternal life in the future. Now that is good news.
That's our first look into the convention that I will definitely be attending, at least partially, to find out how it feels to be in a modern Jehovah's Witness convention. And I honestly hate this trailer. This trailer is absolutely not representative of the upcoming convention. This is just a paragraph read by some guy while you have a lot of stock footage of people and places that you will never see in the convention. The convention is nothing but a series of long and boring speeches given by the most influential elders in the area, adorned with a few videos here and there to keep you awake. That's it. There will be no moment as memorable and as easy to watch as this trailer in the whole convention. And this convention didn't even let us know what they will be talking about other than a loose topic on preaching. Overall, bad trailer, 1 out of 10, didn't even give us a glimpse into my beloved Jade.
We have one more treat in store for you. We're happy to announce a new series for our young people called Learn from Jehovah's Friends. These short animated videos will teach those who are starting to read on their own about persons in the Bible who love Jehovah. Look for it on JW Broadcasting soon.
I definitely will. This seems to be the new method of child indoctrination this cult has to offer, since human reproduction is pretty much the only way this cult finds new members nowadays. It seems like the leadership is finally catching up to that reality and trying to give parents more ways to indoctrinate children into this boring religion. But after a postcard where we see the other way this religion grows, by looking for converts in poor places, David Splain comes back to remind you that he was in this broadcast all along and to be a creep just for one last time.
And I want to thank you, Asake, for all your help. It was really appreciated.
Welcome.
From the world headquarters of Jehovah's Witnesses, this is JW Broadcasting.
Oh, David, please, never change. Thank you so much for watching this JW Broadcasting episode with me. I cut it up into the main topics to try to make it easier to watch and to have more time to edit each video and make it better instead of just releasing one long video that I feel is just harder to watch. But you can watch the full thing in advance every month if you join my Patreon or YouTube members at any pledge like these guys over here. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and like and all of that stuff. Goodbye.